Here we go. Lighten up the coal forge here, everybody. Going to finish up some rabbits that I finished up this week. I got to put the finish on them. So we got to get a raging hot fire going. Because they're big. And in order to get the finish right, I'm going to have to put them in the forge. Which means some heat. Means some air. It's going to take a minute. What? I can't. I'm live streaming. You could use a torch if you had one, but I don't. One of those tools that I can't justify because I don't do enough work with a torch to justify having one. It's plenty hot though. You guys are already getting censured by the algorithm. That's hilarious. So we're just going to black those, get those to where they blacken up, or they get the mill scale back on where I had to weld them. And then we'll give them a brush. Kind of using a combination of coke and charcoal. Now we'll get speed on that. Good thing I don't get paid by the hour. Good thing about using a coal forge is it really gets everything black. Oh, got the air opened all the way up. Once everything gets hot, it'll be a lot faster. Work down his body there. Good thing to do on a Sunday. Almost need a straight poker. Let's see what I'm doing there. more. We're a little out of the fire a little bit there. Ah, nice relaxing thing to do on a Sunday. Yeah, those little minis. That's the first one I ever had, but it seems like they're super got their accuracy thing worked out. So we'll see how that works out here this week. In fact, maybe if I get these done today, I might go this afternoon and film, get a little more footage. I finished up these rabbits, and I've got to get the colors to match. And so what I'm doing is I'm using the forge to get this all hot, so we can get the oxidation to cover the whole thing and make every part of this match up. So we're using this coal forge because it's open top to get these big rabbits in there. But that's the rabbit. And I've got another one that I'm working on here. Let's get fairly hot now. The good thing about the coal and the charcoal And the Coke it'll actually blacken them up really good. Almost get them to where they're polished. Wow, there on this one.
Re-blackening?
Yeah. I'm getting where they look nice.
Well, I blew an O-ring.
Uh-oh.
My rotor is loose.
Uh-oh. You got some tools to fix it?
Well, so like, well, I don't know, Dad. You know, you grab a hold of the lugs, and when I rotate it, the rotor kind of knocks back the wood.
Yeah, that'll go.
I don't know.
I can do a little research on the YouTubes.
Well, my thought was, is if I just suck the tire down, the rotor won't move.
Well, I guess you could jack it up and find out. There's a bottleneck jack in
I
there.
have the tire off.
Oh. Well,
You're,
I've been the wrong guy.
you got 5 seconds to leave this?
Not really. I mean, I don't, you got more knowledge about it than me. I know nothing about it.
Can I steal your Subaru?
Sure, the keys are,
Nice shirt, bud.
thanks. I hate the shoot.
Sorry.
Keys are right there. Take the stuff and throw that's in the passenger seat, throw in the back.
Okay. We're just gonna run over Riley's. We have an O-ring kit.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thanks, Doc.
Yeah. Grown children. No, I don't have a stainless one. I don't do any work with stainless. Both. Do you like, depends on what I'm doing. I use both things. They both work differently for different things. See how that ties in that weld. So it just you take all the grinder marks off, you let the oxidation build up. Something like that. And the other side. Yep. Now that we got our forge getting hot, we got a lot of coal in there that's hot. If I'm doing production work, a lot of production work, I use propane because it's just so much easier. It's on, it's off. You can turn it on, you can turn it off. It's a little bright out here. Sorry, everybody. But you'll see where this is going here as we get along. Good thing to do on a Sunday afternoon. Is it Sunday afternoon yet? I guess we're getting pretty close to Sunday afternoon. Doesn't take too much to get that hot, just a little fuel, cheap fuel. I'm using a combination of charcoal and coke, and that keeps it going in case I have to shut it off or turn the air off. And the coke gets really, really hot. Pretty good. Of course, I tore my shirt. Of course I did. Every damn time I get one off. I'm gonna redo its face just because I want more. I want more texture. The hotter you get, the more mill scale builds up. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Yeah, it's starting to get pretty hot now. Yeah, I like that. This thing is, I got plenty of air. And if you stack up your coal just right, you can direct that heat kind of into whatever shape you need. This is that art part of this component that not everybody gets. I like it's very bright, so you can't really see the color, but I'm looking for it to get to like a cherry red. And that'll make the oxidation rise up really good. That. And then if you got ash, you got to kind of knock the ash back. Now we got to do his tail. And I'm going to need a set of tones. Because I guarantee he is hot. Tail now. Be a little careful here because that his legs are thin and I don't want to melt them. I've got to watch it pretty close. As you can see, that summer gun is hot. If you forget, you burn yourself. Hence the gloves. I rarely wear gloves. Hit this leg a little more right here too. I can go back and doctor little pieces of it with just a gas torch, but he's pretty heavy bodied, and so it takes a lot of work to do that. It takes a lot of fuel. Down in there, like on that big piece like that, I'm probably gonna let that get clear orange. Like that. Yeah, that looks good. That's what I'm looking for. Hello. Good afternoon. You guys kind of see what I'm doing there? Do not touch that, NJ. It's very hot. Dumbass. Yeah, I'm liking that. Just a minute more, maybe. Got to be real careful on that. You got light to thin material, and you got to be real careful you don't melt your thin material out. It's a fine line. Oh yeah, that looks great. Exactly what I wanted. What's that? Sitting someplace where he's not gonna get in trouble. All right, let's make sure there's no clinker in there. Build up a little more heat. And then we'll do this other big boy. More fuel, we're using it up. don't think that sucker ain't hot, you're not paying attention. And if you got a hole in your gloves, this will definitely show you where it's at. Very expensive artwork. We're not having any of that nonsense in here today. Keep your religious baloney out of here. This is about artwork and blacksmithing and teaching. That is some dirty coal, you guys. My buddy thought that that was going to be some great forging coal, but it ain't. Oh, that's hard. That burns hot. Yeah, hot is relative. There's a little bit of an art to this, you guys. So there's a little fan underneath that that's blowing hot air up under there. I don't know if you can hear it or not. And that's what's causing that to burn so hot. These gloves are just about on their last legs, I'm afraid. I've sewed them up all I can sew them. Got them down to where they're thin enough now that my skin's starting to show through, and that is not good in this job. If I can get a little shade on there, I can kind of get an idea of how hot my material is and if it's actually gonna get hot enough to actually oxidize up. I think we're fairly close there. Like it. He's above a blue there. You might come back to him in a bit. Now I'm out here on a heavy bit, I can really put fire to it. The way that coke burns is real interesting. The more air you put to it, the hotter it gets, and boy, it'll get hot. And um, if it's almost powderized, it gets so hot it almost turns to plasma. Gets so hot. I'm going to let this get good and hot because I want it to maybe carry some of that heat up into his neck. Hoping it'll carry some of his heat up into his neck. Make sure that the air stays clear though. Oh, floor's starting to give up the ghost a little after 4 or 5 years. Concrete's kind of giving up. All right. Oh, all those little transition points where you weld and unweld. Grind that weld in there. I know you can't see the color of that, but that's what I'm looking for. Something like that. Same. I might come back and hit his neck again later. Do not touch that head, NJ. He's gonna be hot. One hot rabbit. All right, now we wait. Give it a little minute. Anybody got any questions to ask? Going along here, did you want to see? I can show you him. He's still a little hot, this one, but I might be able to reach in here and show him to you. Get him by the ear. Kind of screwed up his legs. I'll have to heat up his leg. I got him a little twisted. But there he is. Now his color all kind of matches. But you can see how I messed this up, so I'll have to get in here and heat this up and tip his leg back because he's supposed to be setting like that. He'll buff up good. Once I get the linseed oil on him, he'll look really good. All right, back to here. If I had a rosebud, I think this would go a lot faster, but I don't. A rosebud with an oxyacetylene torch. That's a heavy old piece of steel in there, and that sucker rod is that I use for that body is super hard. It's tool steel, and it is some hard stuff. Hard to forge. Makes good tools. Starting to get a little color in it now. Yeah, I get some color in it now. I should have done this last night, but I was wiped out and the wind was blowing 100 miles an hour, and this is not something you want to do when the wind is blowing. It's getting hot enough that up here, that far away, I don't know what is that, 8 or 10 inches away, it's starting to peacock out here, get peacock colors out here. That tells you how that heat travels through that material. Use that old black oily coal and now we're getting some color on it. It's not just the color, it gives it a texture and it kind of blends everything in. And you can do it with a gas forge or like an open top gas forge. You might be able to do this with, or a torch, but it just doesn't look the same. Now we got the color. To be careful right in here. I don't want to burn that ring up. That's a piece of 1/4 inch round stock, and it'll get it hot enough that it'll turn it into a sparkler. Yeah, I'm careful. Really watch it. Yeah, that looks good. I might hit his head one more time, but I got to do his tail first. Yeah, I'm working on him. Yeah, we're there. Want that sucker no hotter than that. Yeah, that looks good. I like. It's gonna look nice. I'm very happy with that. Now we're talking. Goes a lot faster once everything's hot. Okay. All right, Mr. Rabbit. Do your butt. careful of his feet. I don't want to burn his feet up. Get some color now. I'm going to do his face one more time. Green paint on him here from the edge of the forge. Good thing about that is it'll burn off quickly. That's it. We're just about there. Right in the lane where he is laying in the paint. Guaranteed hot. Yeah, that looks good. Now let's see if we can do this without cracking him, huh? Gotta be careful because his ears heat up. I don't want to melt them out. I don't want to bend them where I can't fix them. I'm liking him. There he is. Over here and set him down for a minute. Let him cool off. Something like that. Since wasting a bunch of fuel. I'll have to watch that for a little bit. All right. There's the rabbits. We got them done. there they are. Stand by for pictures if you want to see more of them. Thanks for the likes. Appreciate that. That was just kind of quiet. Got a lot of projects we're working on today, but I want to get these kind of done because one of these is sold and the guy's going to come and get it one of these days and probably ought to be done before he gets here. So I got to put it on the base yet. Got to so get out and hit it always very safe sequence. Thanks everybody.